I'm Mish.
I'm Mills, and this is Mish&Mills.
Today's video we are super stoked about. We have NBA for April 9th, 2018.
Yeah, 9 games to choose from. Interesting time of year as well because the playoffs are just right around the corner, and you got guys that don't normally play that are getting opportunities because the guys that do normally play are resting.
Yeah.
And you got to watch out for that because some of it's happening like moments before the game when you find out. So buyer beware with our picks because it is the day before. These guys, last second for all we know, might not even play, but we're going to give you who we like with that in regard as well. We're trying to gauge that a little bit with these picks.
Yeah, it is a fun time of the year, like you did mention. So we're kind of looking forward to it. There's a lot of players that you can get for like the low.
Because of this,
Yeah, and then throw in some high-priced players that are guaranteed going to play.
Yeah, that still have to get wins to actually make the playoffs.
Exactly. So we're super stoked and can't wait to share our picks with you. We're going to 3 FanDuel, 3 DraftKings, and yeah, let's just jump right into it,
Yeah, let's go.
Cool.
So for my first DraftKings lineup, I'm throwing in Damian Lillard. I love the matchup for him. Great player at 9,000. I feel like I don't have to worry about him resting too much. So I'm going to throw him in. Harris against Chicago, a rematch of 2 crappy teams, but against each other, those players become more relevant, and I'm going to play him again. So Joe Harris. Middleton, the Greek Freak is resting. He's going to make up for it, as well as like a Bledsoe, even some other sleepers. I might throw you one later. LaMarcus Aldridge, great player. He's just so good. And the Spurs need to keep playing, so they're going to keep him in there at 9,900. I'll pay up for that. Got Allen for Brooklyn, like I said. These players become more relevant when they play another crappy team, and he's playing one. So 5,300, I'll play him. Had to throw in my cousin, the cousin that doesn't know we're cousins, but I know deep down that we are. And at 4,600, we will remain family.
Patty Mills.
This week. Had to give y'all another Jay Holiday, right? Every video. That's pretty much the only reason I threw him in this one, just to keep the trend going. But no, he's still low priced, 4,300. He's getting up there. DraftKings is finally, catching on to the fact that he actually scores fantasy points. So they're starting to up it up, but I still like it. And then Pull Tool with Valanciunas. Oh, I love myself some Valanciunas, but since he's resting for the playoffs, I'm going to go ahead and throw in at 3,400 Pull Tool to get some time. For my second lineup, I'm starting out with D'Angelo Russell, 6,600. Great player, and against a Chicago defense, he's going to put up numbers. Richardson, 6,500. Against OKC, the matchups, it's iffy, but they're going to have to score a lot to keep up with a team of that caliber. And hopefully, he's the one doing that. Like I said earlier, Middleton, 8,300 with the Greek Freak out. I think Middleton's the guy that's going to step up. And he's already a great player, right? But he's going to be the one that makes up the most of the slack from the Greek Freak not playing. Portis, 6,500. Just on Brooklyn, I don't think anyone can really slow him down at all. He's not like, he's a good player. He's not like an all-star, but he's close. But against a team like Brooklyn, he is an all-star. Speaking of all-stars, Andre Drummond, dude, 9,700. That's still a steal for a player of that. And I love the matchup against Toronto without Valanciunas being in there. He's gonna put up numbers. With the Greek Freak being out and some other players as well, I like Snell. Snell's he's going to start at 3,400. There's not much more you can ask for in that regard. He's going to play, and for a low price like that, I'm not expecting much. Same with Pull Tool again, 3,400. Maybe not starting, but without Valanciunas, he's going to get in there plenty, and hopefully he makes the best of it. And then Taj Gibson. 5,600. I like Taj Gibson. He's consistent. He's going to get me over 20 points at least. So I'll throw him in there at 5,600. My final lineup, I'm going to call this the little guy lineup because a lot of guards and smaller forwards and centers. But big things come in small packages. So let's hope we get some big fantasy point scorers out of these guys. Damian Lillard, 9,000. I know I'm going to get some fantasy points out of him, so not worried about that pick. Same with Drew Holiday at 8,400. Drew Holiday went off the other night, and let's hope he does it again. Gordon, let's hope they don't sit him last second like they did last time I tried to throw him in. I don't think they're going to, though. I think they want to keep him loose. 6,800, I like it. Wilson Chandler, he's got to play well. Denver's battling for that last spot. So at 4,800, I like what I'm getting. Taj Gibson again, 5,600. Just a good price for a great player. Mr. Patty Mills, old cousin there, I'm going to have to, reach out to him soon, and ask him to. I'll personally call my cousin and request that he goes off for all of us. So put him in. I'm going to ask him. He's going to do it. 10% battery. Sorry, guys. Evan Turner, 4,200. He's starting. Good price for that amount of minutes, so I'll throw him in. And I'm going to finish it out with D'Angelo Russell against Chicago. No one on Chicago can stop him. He's going to go off. Put him in at a great price. And now let's go to Mish with some FanDuel picks.
All right, Mills, thank you so much for your picks. I'm going to show you my lineups here. We got Jeff Teague, 7,500. Minnesota is doing fantastic. And at point guard, I had to fit him in because he's been going off lately. Dragic, playing OKC, is on Miami at 6,600. He's going to have a pretty good game. I have a good hunch on it for some reason. And then Mr. Barton at 7,400, consistently putting up some good points, so I'm kind of excited about that. Dotson, 4,100, a steal to say the least because he's getting tons of minutes. And 2 games ago, he lit it up. He took a lot more shots as opposed to last game. So hopefully this game he does take a lot more shots than just the 8 that he had. Keep a lookout for him with the Knicks not having much to play for. So, and then we have Paul George at 8,100 with tons to play for, and him and Westbrook are coupling up to be a pretty good tandem. So 8,100, totally affordable. Chandler, 5,100 with Denver also battling for a playoff spot. Everyone is literally balls to the walls, just giving it all they got. Olenek, 6,200. I just love the way he takes control of the game. Once he gets the ball, sometimes he almost takes over like a point guard position if you just watch him play closely. But watch for him to have a pretty good game because they're playing Oklahoma City and they're not a pushover team either. Harris at 7,500 with the Clippers. They did get knocked out, but he's still going to get tons of minutes just to kind of keep it fresh going into the offseason there. And then my main man, DeAndre Jordan, 7,400. Another big man, just lost to prove, still got gas in the tank. So keep an eye out for him as well. Going to put up some numbers. So that's my first lineup. Let's jump into my second one here. Second lineup here, I am starting off with the main reason why the Thunder are even in playoff contention. Probably, arguably, the best point guard in the league at the moment. Russell Westbrook, 12,500. You got to pay up for him. He's going to be playing the last couple games here. Lights out. He gets heavy minutes. So look out for him. He's a no-brainer. Mr. Fox at 5,800. Increased productivity. This rookie is playing really, really well. Shooting fantastic as well. Getting his rebounds in, which is actually pretty surprising. Luke Kennard, 4,200, a steal. Put him in if you need to fit a couple other big name players in your lineup. He's getting tons of playing time and he performs pretty well. My main man, Kyle Korver, another sleeper at 3,800. And, it's Cleveland against New York. They're probably going to be sending a couple of players over in Cleveland. So I really like Korver, especially trying to refining his his three-point game. So look out for him. Evan Turner, 4,300 with Portland. Another great sleeper there, 4,300. You really can't pass up. He's solid. He has a great field goal percentage. And then Mr. Brooks at 6,500. Even though Marc Gasol is coming back into that starting position, Brooks has shown up every single game that he's had. And with the amount of time that he's getting, he's performing really well. So look for him to be in that lineup, especially with not going into the playoffs. So, and then we got Taj Gibson at 5,900 with Minnesota. I like him. I know Mills picked him in a couple lineups, and I'm going with the flow on that one. Really feeling it. Serge Ibaka, 5,400. This guy, he loves to block shots. This is like what he loves to do. So, and rebounding. I love him against Detroit, and that leaves me with 11,500. So go grab your baby powder because got Jokic in the building.
The only Jokic that you want.
That's right. So I threw him in my lineup. He's posting mad numbers this year, especially for fantasy. Highest scoring center for fantasy, which is pretty awesome. Followed closely by Dwight Howard too. So, but other than that, let's go jump into my third lineup, people. All right, so here we have my third and final lineup. Starting off with Dinwiddie at 5,000. It's the Nets versus Chicago. They both equally suck. So, I mean, it should be a fun game. Just kind of shooting back and forth, having fun on the court. More like practice, actually. We got Shelvin Mack for Orlando, 5,200. Look to him to contest Milwaukee because the Bucks are trying to put in a little extra effort getting into the playoffs there. So, look for him to dish out a lot of assists. And then Luke Kennard, I really like Luke Kennard, man. For 4,200, this white boy can jump. So watch out for him. Followed by Bogdanovich at 5,300, playing for Sacramento. Puts up mad numbers, consistent. I love his play style. It's mellow and aggressive at the same time. He knows when to pick those right decisions. Going again with Evan Turner. I'm going to Evan Turner heavy this particular time around because for 4,300, it's the only way I can fit in some heavy hitters here. Like Paul George at 8,100. OKC, they're playing lights out. And Paul George, look for him for another big game coming up here. Jeff Green, 4,500. Steal. The guy had 41 minutes last game. I mean, that's a huge workload. Especially with Cleveland already securing a playoff spot. Look for him to kind of, just be in the routine of things. Get warmed up for the playoffs. Get that playing time. And then we got the double brow now. So Anthony Davis, 13,200. Paying up big time for him because he puts up ridiculous numbers. Fantastic to watch. And then main man Cat at 10,100. Another arguably one of the best centers in the league at the moment. As far as fantasy is concerned, is killing it. So those are my lineups. Hope you guys got some good picks in there. Find something that works for you. And other than that, let's wrap it up.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope those picks help you out. Hope you got some names that you're not used to throwing in, but with all the craziness with people resting before the playoffs, they're going to have an impact finally and have a chance to prove themselves.
And we had a lot of fun picking these lineups. I know me and Mills both did, which was a lot of fun because there's a lot of players that you wouldn't really normally anticipate. And kind of makes it fun. So hopefully everybody wins some money tomorrow night, actually. But other than that, we actually also really do appreciate your comments.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
From our family to yours.
Yeah, we're all one big family, the Mish&Mills family.
Yeah.
So please feel free to suggest players of your own. Yeah, we love to hear that, and it helps the rest of the other watchers with some names that maybe we didn't name off in ours. We just picked these lineups. Y'all are probably going to pick some other guys, and feel free to share it. And thanks for all the support. And please, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and comment as well.
Yeah, other than that, peace out.